penalties. We start fresh, we start again. And Sangeeta Basfor has got the armband for this fixture. And her counterpart, Sabitra Bhandari. And these two have faced off each other multiple times. Refereeing contingent will be Choki Om, Sherin Chodhan and Sherin Funso. Pride, passion, aggression and ambition. India on their quest to build that squad for Australia 2026. Slotted in a few new faces for the second game. And Rija, you can't miss the sight of these players in their bright jerseys. India in their all blue, Nepal in their all red. India going from left to right on your screens. And both the sides were completely outdone by Iran. And the physical side they bring to their contest. And Crispin did mention now they know how to play the sides with the physical attribute to their game. And it's going to be a different challenge, and both the coaches are absolutely wary of the fact that what is at stake here. Push forward towards Sabitra Bhandari. Sabitra strikes, and Sabitra! Was there ever a doubt? Sabitra Bhandari, that was lightning quick. The sound of the whistle barely faded, and the net's already shaking. A long ball forward over that back line, and the famous number 9 for Nepal. And Sabitra. Another long ball. There was no presence of a red shirt there. Here's Tang Grace, the most experienced player out there on the pitch. Here's Rekha. Swift movement. Here's Linda Combe. Linda all by herself. Rimpa. Couldn't quite go in. 8th goal versus India. She scored for the first time back in 2017, and since then hasn't missed out an opportunity. They'll have to stay in the contest, India. th goal in her 62nd appearance for Nepal, Sabitra Bhandari. And she's away here. She's got a lot of space ahead of her. India backtracking. Sabitra Bhandari shifts the play. Wanted to get Rekha Paudel on the ball. It's Linda. Bang me, beg your pardon. It's Linda. Bang me, beg your pardon. At the moment, it's all about keeping hold of the ball is absolute key for India. Martina. Keeping hold of the ball is out there. Going sideways, here's Ratnabala Devi trying to pick out a pass. And as well to keep the possession there. Another long ball, Sabitra. Felt for a moment she was definitely in with another shout there. Going sideways, here's Ratnabala Devi trying to pick out a pass. as well to keep the possession there. Couldn't quite in the end. Missing the experience of likes of Fashalata and Sweetie Devi. Having said that, it presents a massive opportunity for a lot of young talented players in the blue jerseys. In Nepal, of course, without the services of Geeta Rana for this tournament, has been nursing a shoulder injury and had to undergo a surgery. She will be out for a few months before she makes a comeback. It's Ratan Bala strikes. Not sure if the intent was to go for the target or takes it down. Twisting and turning. It's Nirmala. Rimpa gets dispossessed. Renuka. Bimla. Fujarana decides to go all the way back to Anjana. Sabita. Again, the first touch letting her down. Has to hustle and taken away by Rekha. Rekha marching forward. Goes down on the ground. Is outnumbered in that corner. 9 minutes into the first half. We have a goal already. That was scored by Samitra Bhandari in the second minute. India yet to make attacking moves. Haven't seen a shot on target. Linda does well to get the possession back. Couldn't quite hold on to it. Samiksha for Anjana Rana. Played her part in that semi-final victory against India in 2024. Nirmala tries to pick out a pass there. Was intervened by Redshirt. Ms. Rekha. Desperate to win the second ball here, Nepal. That is something we haven't seen from India. This is much better from Sangeeta. Primary Grace goes down on the ground that time. Gentle shove. These two sides have met 18 times before, 11 to India, 2 to Nepal, and 5 games ending in draws. In the recent times, last 4 outings, Nepal have managed to get those 2 results in their favour and drawn 2 games in 2023. Those defeats would really haunt India and 2 semi-final losses. It's Preeti. And Pooja gets it back to safety again. They haven't trouble at all. The back 4 of Nepal up until this point. Still early days in the contest. India have got a pretty strong bench. Pyari still sitting out there. More than the results is the fact that they are giving a lot of game time to the young talent. Like I said, it's a quest for a build-up for the future. Slightly better weighted ball in that one. That occasion would have made things a little interesting. Anjana Rana Magar getting an opportunity to start. She did play the last game, last 20 minutes. And start all the fixtures in the FC Asian Cup qualifiers. Pretty unfortunate losing out to Uzbekistan in the penalties. Mighty close. Remy Grace goes down on the ground that time. Having said that, it presents a massive opportunity for a lot of young. What the intent was on that occasion. Linda Combe was asking. Gets a decent flick on that one. A lot of pressure on that back line. Here's Linda. Just outside the box. And toe pokes it towards Ratan Bala, who lets it fly. Anjana Rana was put to scale for the first time this evening. Something to cheer for India in this first quarter. That was a very good effort. All started from Linda Combe. Hustling away from those red shirts and an inviting ball. That was brilliantly struck. Ratan Bala Devi. In corner, India. It floats it towards Dangme Grace. And Dangme unleashes but gets the shot blocked. There you have it. He's going in for all money. And Preeti launches one in the air again. Good first touch. There's Rimpa. And again, guilty of giving the ball away. Rimpa Haldar Preeti. And not on the same wavelength. Sabita Rana. They've started to win the ball back in the last couple of minutes, India. Much better signs. They've settled in the game really nicely now. And that should be a decent opportunity to put the goalkeeper under pressure. Gives themselves a free kick. And the kind of strike she pulled out a couple of minutes back, Ratan Bala Devi will be the firm favourite to stand behind this one. And Sangeeta. Ratan Bala, who will it be? And leaves it for Ratan Bala, who strikes. Decent effort. Goalkeeper didn't have to move. A couple of blue shirts were lurking in for a follow-up there. And again, winning the ball back. They've got better at that. Goes side of the wall and well held in the end by the goalkeeper. There's Nirmala. Ratan Bala is dispossessed. Here's Martina. Ranjana under pressure from Samitra. Linda dropping deep. A long ball towards Rimpa Haldar. Is Rimpa one-on-one. And too strong there. Samiksha this time. done from Preeti Rai. Here's Sabitra Bhandari. Here's the short block. It's India now trying to break out on the counter. Time Grace couldn't quite keep it in. Seems pretty young. Hasn't been the kind of starts India would have wanted. Again, getting dispossessed there is Renuka. Preeti. It's Pooja for Sabita. Deepa Shahi's made that run down that right channel. Floated in towards Sabitra. Rekha Paudel couldn't quite get there. The ref taking a note of that and booking Sabitra Bhandari. Spiari. Been held in their stride so far, India. Nothing tangible has come except that one proper strike towards the target. Here's Spiari Khakha. Just goes down on the ground, Dang make race there. And reluctantly back on her feet. Except that one proper strike. There you have a look at it. Just goes down on the ground, Dang make race there. Not quite sure if there was enough contact there. Trying to pick out a pass there. Well read by Panthoi Chanu. So haven't seen that sort of fluidity from the midfield as far as India goes. Haven't created enough so far. All that could change with Pyari Khakha out there in the middle. From the midfield as far as India goes. Haven't created enough so far. All that could change with Pyari Khakha. Throw in for Nepal. Those of you who are joining us for the very first time, this is the last fixture of the Tri-Nation tournament between India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have been crowned the champions with 2 victories in 2 games. And this one, the last fixture, both the sides fighting it out. Who are joining us for the very first time, this is the last fixture of the Tri-Nation tournament. India, Nepal and Iran. Iran have been crowned the champions. 2 victories in 2 games. It's Pyari. Ratan Bala. And spots that open spaces towards the left. Moshmi Murmu couldn't quite get to the end of it. It's a heavy ball down that left channel. 28 minutes almost into the contest and 1-0 to Nepal. Ratan Bala spots that open spaces towards the left. Moshmi Murmu couldn't quite get to the end of it. A flick on from the middle of the pitch. Here's Sabitra Bhandari one-on-one with Shilki Devi down the far right. He's got a red shirt waiting in Rekha Paudel inside the box. Tries to curl one towards Deepa Shahi. Ends up finding a blue shirt. Yes, Pyari. Let's it run towards Ratan Bala for a return ball. And Maya starting this fixture. Just knocks it out. Not allowing Pyari to turn there. They've been good defensively so far, Nepal, except that one shot allowed towards the goal. They've managed to successfully held India in their strikes. Sangeeta going sideways. Nirmala stepping up, plays it down the line, taken away. That is something they'll have to try and get better at for the rest of the game. Is Preeti just knocking it back. Guest is possessed. Here's Linda Com, dropped in deep. He collects that one. Has got an option towards the left and right. Moshmi. A couple of blue shirts arriving inside the box. Pyari was it was over her head, but was flagged offside on that occasion. Guest is possessed. Here's Linda Com, dropped in deep. He collects that one. There you have it, that flag was up straight away. Moshmi. A couple of blue shirts arriving inside the box. The flag was more so on Moshmi Murmu, I believe. That flag was up straight away. Half hour has been ticked off here. Nepal. It's a slender lead. They have the advantage. India would want to quash any anxieties going into that half-time break. They need a repost here. Half hour has been ticked off here. Nepal. It's a slender lead. There's Linda. India would want to quash Pyari. Rathanbala wins the ball and hurls it towards Nirmala. Scans up for options, goes airborne. Draws in a clearance. Linda had little to no time on that occasion. Guest is possessed. Here's Deepa Shai trying to pick out a pass again. Rathanbala wins the ball and hurls it towards trying to calm things down. And again, that long ball unleashes Pyari Khaha. I was riding on the shoulders of Bimla Devi on that occasion. Trying to calm things down. And again, that long ball unleashes Pyari Khaha. And prods it forward is Preeti. Gentle touch towards Savitra Bandari. Gets dispossessed by Rathanbala. Here's Shilki Devi. Sideways towards Sangeeta. Again gets dispossessed and Savitra was flagged offside. First Nepalese player to play and score in top-tier European League, Savitra Bhandari. And first ever South Asian player to score a hat-trick in top-tier European League. Which is not new to this very ground. Scored twice back in 2016 in the same fixture against Sri Lanka. This is much better from India. Dangme Grace has got help on the other side. Squares it up nicely. And a follow-up coming in from Sangeeta Basfor. That was a brilliant move from India. It had everything in it except the finish. That should have been kept on target. Everything in it except the finish. One decent ball and the back line was carved out by the Indian midfield. Pyari. And she's got herself a free kick here. And just got her right leg on her way through there. Pyari. Got herself a free kick here. Crispin Chetri throwing in the words, throwing in instructions. On the way through there. And Nabeen Yupani on the other side. 1 month old into this new job. Has to go up. It was a red shirt that got the ball in the end. As Ranjana retrieves that. Gets dispossessed. Luckily, a blue shirt finds it and hurls it all the way back towards Panthoi Chanu. 1 month old into this new job. Has to go up. It was a red shirt that got the ball in the end. Preeti Rai retrieves that. 21 caps, 22 rather, for Preeti Rai. 5 goals for her. And played for Kickstart FC here in India. Preeti Rai, known for her ball control. That's a delightful ball again, over the top by Preeti Rai. Sabitra Bhandari strikes, and that's a brilliant tackle. Shilki Devi, absolutely top-notch stuff from her. And that was definitely goal-bound. Ball again over the top by Preeti Rai. And again, those two combining. That's a brilliant tackle. Shilki Devi, absolutely top-notch stuff from her. Deepa Shahi. And that was definitely goal-bound. The corner. 10 minutes to play in the first half, plus the stoppages. Again, those two combining. Deepa targets the back post. The blue shirt gets it away. Here's Ranjana. It does well to keep the ball in and rolls it down the carpet. Here's Ratan Bala. Flies that in the air. Rekha. Blue shirt gets it away. Here's Ranjana. Still Preeti. 2v1 in the center. Moshmi trying to get the ball into those open spaces down the left channel, and Bimla has had a fantastic game so far. Bimla and Samiksha, they've partnered each other really well. 2v1 in the center. Moshmi trying to get the ball into those open spaces down the left channel. Bimla has had a fantastic game so far. And Samiksha partnered each other really well. Shilki. Hurried clearance, and that's going to be a corner for India. An opportunity to put some sort of pressure on that back line and the goalkeeper. Been 2 clear-cut chances created by India in the first half. Testing out the goalkeeper once, and second, not being clinical enough. Here's Ratan Bala, keeps it short. Here's Linda. And again, that written ball to Ratan Bala never arrived. Nicked off the ball there. In the first half, testing out the goalkeeper once. Linda Com. Not being clinical enough. Here's Ratan Bala, keeps it short. Here's Linda. 2v1 in that corner. And Sabitra Bhandari gets it back. Sangeeta trying to stop her down. Deepa Shai has made that run. Doesn't have help towards the other side. Knocks the ball into those open spaces. Rekha Paudel nearly. Zara Frisch in the end did her best to fly herself back into penalty area there. That's what happens when you provide that half yard to somebody like Sabitra Bhandari, who's going to be on it in a flash. Here's Pyari. Again, outnumbered, giving the ball away. Rekha for Preeti. Toe pokes it towards Sabitra. It's got an option towards the right in Sabita. Threads it through again towards Sabitra. Moshmi wins it back. Here's Linda Com. Slotted in wide towards the left. Back with Moshmi. It's got Pyari in front. Knocks it back towards Ratan Bala, who flies one towards Dangmei Grace, who had made that run down the right corner. Rekha Sabitra. Still Sabitra. And the angle was always taking it wide of the target. He was forced to go wide there. Sabitra. Still Sabitra. The angle was always taking it wide of the target. Given away the possession far too cheaply there. Still got about 6 minutes left in the first half. India need a response. Given away the possession far too cheaply there. Still got about 6 minutes left.
कर्नर किक चाहिएको छ नेपाललाई र यहाँ नेपाललाई गोल चाहियो है त गोल चाहिएको छ नेपाल हेरौँ यहाँबाट नेपालले गोल गर्ला त यो 40औं मिनेटमा छौँ हामी पहिलो हाफ सकिन लागेको छ यो पहिलो हाफ सकिँदासम्म पहिलो हाफको 40 मिनेट सक्दा नेपाल 1 ओहो त्यहाँबाट खतरा ओहो
जित्छ नेपालले भन्नुभएको छ कामना गरौँ अपेक्षा गरौँ पोर पनि जितेको जित्न चाहिँ जितेको हो अब यसपालि हेरौँ के गर्छ बिसी कृष्णले पनि हेरिरहनु भएको छ पर्तापराजुले गुड लक नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ राम्रो खेलिरहेको छ अस्ति इरानसँग चाहिँ अलिकति दुर्भाग्यवश हार्न पुग्यो नेपाल हरिलाङ चाहिँ नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ कुबेर प्रधान श्रेष्ठले नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ श्रेष्ठ कुमार एनकेले वेल डन नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ मलाई Oh my goodness. Oh God.
Might have just kept India in the contest.
नेपाल गुड लक भन्नुभएको छ सन्तोषजीले नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ सुसनलाई लामा मुक्तानले नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ राम सापकोटाले नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ कुमार घिसिङले नेपाल नेपाल राजेन्द्र श्रेष्ठ नेपाल नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ सूचना यात्राले अब राम्रो खेल्नु प्यारी भन्नुभएको छ
Was absolutely alert to it. Sabitra, she stayed on side there. She knew it even before the flag and the whistle had gone in. Motioning against Rana. Here comes that dynamic race with a cross.
वाउ अञ्जनाले आज दामी खेलिरहेको छ यार साह्रै राम्रो खेलिरहेको छ गुड लक चेलीहरूलाई जित्नुपर्छ यो गेम
India not close enough. Leaves it for Panthoi Chanu. Comes out of his spot and grabs that one in the end. Still got a few seconds left in the first half, plus the injury time to follow. This game is truly living up to its expectations. Manmaya. Preeti. Still Preeti brings it down. Ratanbala takes it away. There's Shilki Devi looking up for options. Doesn't find one. Has to go sideways. Just 1 minute has been added on as the stoppages. There's been hardly any stoppages in the first 45 minutes. A flick on.
लगभग अब चाहिँ हाफ टाइम हुन लागिसकेको छ हाफ टाइम पछि पनि पुरो कमब्याक हुनेछु सबैजनाले साथ सपोर्ट दिनु होला फेरि लाइभ हेर्न आउनु होला अब लगभग टाइम सकिन लागेको छ हाफ टाइम पछि पनि म पुनः देखाउने नै छु जोड्ने नै छु यहाँको समक्ष जोड्ने नै छु राम राणाले नेपाल भन्नु याम राणाले नेपाल भन्नुभएको छ इलिसा सेन्साले च्यानलबाट देखाएको छ होला यो चाहिँ च्यानलहरूबाट देखाएको छैन रक्की भाइ माफियाले अर्को केबाट हेर्न मिल्छ भन्नुभएको छ अर्को युट्युब च्यानलहरूबाट अनि टिभी च्यानलहरूबाट अहिले सो भइरहेको छैन यो चाहिँ टाइम अफ भएको छ सेकेन्ड हाफ पछि फेरि
आज चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ हराउन सक्ने सम्भावना चाहिँ बढी सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ लाइभलाई सेयर गरिदिनु होला र पेजलाई फलो गरिदिनु होला है साथीहरू सबैजना साथीहरू
looking up for options, going lateral again towards Nirmala, chips one forward towards Linda Com, Nepal ball. There will be in Indonesia in the last week of November. Nepal will be competing in the Tri-Nation tournament involving the host Indonesia, Nepal and Chinese Taipei.
इन्डियामै गएर इन्डियालाई चाहिँ हराउन
26th November and the 3rd of December.
इन्डियालाई चाहिँ नेपालले आज दबामा रहेको छ उसकै मैदानमा उसकै उसमा गएर चाहिँ इन्डियाकै ग्राउन्डमा गएर चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ एकदमै कडा टक्कर दिएको छ इन्डियासँग चाहिँ नेपालले आज चाहिँ
Pyari swapped out position with Linda Com at the start of the second half here. Linda started from the left, has slotted towards the right. Manmaya trying for a flick on there, expecting the arrival of Deepa Shahi, Savitra Bhandari. India gets the ball. Can they try and bring it forward? Again, lacking a bit of fluency in terms of the transitions. Haven't seen that proper link up. Still trying to get the likes of Linda and Preeti into those sort of spaces from where they can affect the game. Ranjana Chanu, one of the most experienced defenders currently with the squad. 44 caps for her. Martina finds Nirmala. And again dabs it forward. Gets dispossessed Deepa. India win the ball back. Nirmala again. Fired away by Linda towards Pyari. He has dynamic race. Gets into those open spaces. He has Moshmi. Lets it fly with the left. Not quite sure if going for the target was the right option there. And Pyari was open. Was unmarked, which she was calling for it. And Moshmi had other ideas. In the end, it all comes down to decision making. She's had a good game. Anjana Rana. It's a blinder of a save to deny Ratan Bala. Goes airborne. It's Rekha. It looked like for a moment she was in with a chance there. Doing late dangerously with those long balls, India. One ball over the defence has been the problem. It's a delightful ball to carve out that back line. Yes, Abita with a cross towards the back post. Moshmi brings it out of danger. Stang make race. Moshmi. That long ball was the downfall in the first half and they conceded. There's been a bit of a problem in this fixture. Haven't been able to deal with the way they would have liked. And this time opening that right flank. She's had quite a bit of second half. Sabita has been driving forward at will and finding herself into right side of spaces. And they'll have to keep themselves on the ball here, India. Nepal are pretty swift with their counter-attacks. Ms. Linda Com against Pooja Rana. Shielding the ball here, outnumbered on that occasion. Still Linda. Preeti Rai, a swift touch and a turn. And lets it fly forward. Yes, Sabita Bandrari giving it a chase. And that was well read by the goalkeeper. And that's the point I was trying to make a short while back on the counter. Just one pick up, one pass, and the number 9 is definitely in. Back with Renuka through Pooja. Again a bit sloppy there from Ranjana Chanu. His Sabita takes a touch. Couldn't quite hold on to it. And brings it down. Nirmala gets it back to safety.
आज इन्डिया चाहिँ एकदमै दबावमा देखिन्छ है साथीहरु सबैजनाले कस्तो लागिरहेछ एकदमै सबैले कमेन्ट गर्नु होला कि कस्तो भइरहेछ नेपालको चाहिँ
Preeti Rai plays it down the line towards Sabitra.
अझ नेपालले चाहिँ
Rekha now to the act one-on-one with Nirmala down the left side. Haven't been able to come out of their strides as yet, India, in the second half.
नेपालले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो गर्नेछ एउटा गोल लगाउन सक्यो भने यो बेलामा चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डिया चाहिँ झन्
Still got the likes of Karishma sitting out on the bench. They still need that midfield to try and get as fluid as they can and get Pyari and Linda on the ball, which we haven't seen enough. Here's Preeti. He's been instrumental in their build-up. He finds Sabita once again. Sabita against Ranjana and does well. Here's Linda. Dangme goes for it and couldn't quite win the ball back. Here's Preeti Rai. Doesn't have an option to turn. Here's Pooja for the support. Back with Preeti. And still Preeti. And taken away momentarily, but won back by Nepal straight away. And that is something they've done
अहिले चाहिँ नेपाललाई
so well.
सबै आफ्नै उतिर गएका छन् अहिले नेपालले चाहिँ एकदमै दबामा राखेको छ नेपालले चाहिँ
Yasman Maya.
अवस्था हेर्ने हो
Sabitra drops in deep to try and create. Does one with a chip towards Deepa Shahi. Preeti on the ball once again against Ratan Bala. Preeti with the outside of her right foot. Couldn't quite penetrate through. Here's Moshmi now. Again, that first touch. It's Rekha. Sabitra is making that run inside the box. Across towards Sabitra. It takes it down, leaves it for Deepa Shahi, who couldn't quite catch it clean. Another brilliant move from Nepal, but Deepa Shahi at the moment has hit the turf, and the ref has straight away pointed towards the bench. Another substitute for India. Moshmi is going to come out. And Karishma will get her opportunity.
साथीहरु कस्तो लागिरहेछ नेपालको म्याच चाहिँ कमेन्ट गर्नु होला केपी ओली गएपछि सबै अहिले चाहिँ नेपाल जितिरहेछ भन्दै हुनुहुन्छ साथीहरुले अहिले त्यस्तै भइरहेछ नेपालको म्याचहरु भन्ने भनेपछि
Nabeen Nupani would be delighted with the kind of position his side is in at the moment. Still got 30 minutes to go. And they would definitely be looking to score a couple more and try and take this game far and far away from India's reach. Yes, Karishma with her first involvement. And Karishma, Linda and Pyari. And the kind of 11 India would have otherwise expected to start off with. It's Preeti. It's Renuka. Renuka, Preeti, Deepa. They have run that midfield, commanded the ball. They controlled it beautifully. Outside of the right foot again, Sabitra Bhandari trying to get Rekha Powder involved. It's Renuka. Back with Preeti, who looks up. Deepa, a lot of space ahead for Sabita. Has got an overlapping run coming in from Pooja. Now Sabita overlaps. The ball from Deepa Shahi doesn't arrive. Sangeeta gets intercepted. Back with Preeti again. Here's Deepa Shahi to Preeti. Has got an option towards the left. Draws in a tackle there. And that is going to be a free kick in favor of Nepal for that challenge coming on. Preeti from Sangeeta bus 4. Not quite sure if she got the ball in that occasion. Flung straight into Preeti Rai and is in need of some assistance.
एकदमै हाम्रो महत्त्वपूर्ण खेलाडी केपी राई चाहिँ इन्जुरी भएका छन्
Santosh Malti Munda, Lisham Bibina Devi, Kiran Pista and Lunda Chanu sitting out on the bench. At a 3.
गोल गर्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ नेपाल एकदमै राम्रो
coming in the Asian Cup earlier this month. We'll have to wait and see if Crispin Chetri sticks towards giving some game time to all the junior players involved. Yes, Savitra strikes, and Savitra!
गोल लगाएको छ
The net quivers in delight for the second time this evening.
नेपाल भन्ने अब एकदमै राम्रो
What a strike that is!
एकदमै राम्रो गोल
Savitra Bhandari. This fixture has seen it all in the past, and it has seen it again today. Over the wall, might have flicked something on his way through.
एकदमै राम्रो छ नेपालले चाहिँ अब चाहिँ जित्ने सम्भावना छ
Nepal well and truly would believe now.
गोलको सम्मानमा चाहिँ सबैले चाहिँ एकचोटि चाहिँ फलो चाहिँ गरिदिनु होला पेजलाई चाहिँ सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ निकै नै राम्रो खेलेको छ नेपालले चाहिँ गोल एकदमै राम्रो गोल गरेको छ सावित्रा भण्डारीले चाहिँ सेकेन्ड गोल गरेको छ सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ यो गोलको सम्मानमा एक एक फलोवर्स चाहिँ गरिदिनु होला है पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला साथीहरू एकदमै राम्रो गरेको छ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ इन्डियाकै मैदानमा गएर चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ आज हराउने सम्भावना चाहिँ एकदमै बलियो रहेको छ अब चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ 2 गोल लगाइसकेको छ अहिले नेपाल चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो अवस्थामा रहेको छ हो भने नेपालसँग चाहिँ इन्डियाले चाहिँ अब कमब्याक गर्न चाहिँ एकदम मुस्किल पर्नेछ अब नेपालले चाहिँ नेपालसँग जित्न सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ अब एकचोटि पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु सावित्रा भण्डारीले एकदमै राम्रो गोल गरेका छन् ब्याक टु ब्याक 2टा गोल गरेका छन् त्यही ह्याट्रिक गर्न सक्ला नि त सावित्रा भण्डारीले चाहिँ गोल आज इन्डियासँग
You'll have to go as back as 2019 to see an India win against Nepal. That was in the finals of the SAF Women's Championship. And since then, there's been a couple of draws and a couple of wins in favor of Nepal. And tonight could just be another addition if it stays the way it is at the moment. They came here with a purpose and they are playing that way. No rush whatsoever. Anjana Rana. It's going to be all about game management. It's a long way to go. But India will have to try and inspire themselves to get one back at the earliest. They've got the firepower on the pitch. They'll have to believe. It's Ratan Bala. Again, going sideways or to the back. Martina. Nirmala. And press from Preeti. It forces Ratan Bala to go sideways. Shilki. Back with Ranjana. Down the line for Karishma. Here's Linda. One-on-one with Sabita. And the area was right. Karishma couldn't quite get to the end of the ball. Good to see a decent turnout for this fixture. It's a rivalry that has garnered a lot of attention in recent times.
सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला है साथीहरू आज नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ इन्डियाकै मैदानमा इन्डियामै गएर चाहिँ उसैको मैदानमा गएर चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ आज हराउने सम्भावना चाहिँ एकदमै बढेको छ साथीहरू अहिले चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ 2 गोल लगाइसकेको छ 30 मिनेट भइसकेको छ अब टाइम पोइन्ट कमै छ नेपालले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो अवस्थामा रहेको छ इन्डियाले चाहिँ अब चाहिँ 2 गोल फर्काउन चाहिँ अब नेपालसँग चाहिँ अलि मुस्किल नै पर्नेछ किनभने नेपालले चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ एकदमै दबावमा राखेको छ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ
to her tally.
उसकै मैदानमा गएर चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियामै गएर इन्डियालाई नै हराउने सम्भावना चाहिँ एकदमै
Has made
बढेको
the
छ अब
move
चाहिँ
from
फेरि अर्को
Europe
गोललाई
to
चाहिँ लगाउन सक्छ
Australia.
भन्ने देखिन्छ यहाँबाट
Srekha,
एकदमै
Renuka strikes from outside the box.
सर्ट चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो रहेको थियो अहिले फेरि यहाँबाट नेपालले चाहिँ अर्को गोल हान्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ इन्डिया भने चाहिँ पुरै नै अब
Shots on target.
दबावमा रहनेछ
Karishma dropping deep to try and help out the defense. Here's Linda Com. Drops it and makes a move back. Nirmala
सबैजना
stepping
साथीहरूले
up.
चाहिँ पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो
Lobs that one in the air.
गरिदिनु कति गोल हाल्न त नेपालले चाहिँ त्यो पनि भन्नु होला हजुरहरूले कमेन्टमा चाहिँ आज नेपालले कति गोल हान्न सक्छ होला
For
इन्डियालाई चाहिँ
Sangeeta.
2 गोल चाहिँ हानिसकेको छ आज नेपालले
Ranjana.
इन्डियालाई चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ
For Pyari. Renuka intercepts. Linda
70 मिनेट चाहिँ पुग्न थालिसक्यो अब
gets the
68 मिनेट
possession
भइसकेको छ अब
momentarily. Here's Pyari.
30
Pyari.
मिनेटमा रहेको छ
Ranjana Rana makes sure she makes herself absolutely big and latches that onto that one quite comfortably in the end.
इन्जुरी भएको छ
Not quite sure if she was going for the target or a cut back towards the arriving blue shirts inside the box.
सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला है पेजलाई चाहिँ साथीहरू टिम क्रिकेट
20 more minutes for
फलो गरिदिनु
India
होला सबैजना साथीहरूलाई एनपिएलका अब
get a
हरेक
repost
म्याचहरू
here.
चाहिँ यहाँबाट चाहिँ लाइभहरू चाहिँ आउनेछन् तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ लाइभहरू देख्न
captain, the
सक्नुहुन्छ
coach, would be
अरू
mightily
म्याचहरू पनि
pleased
अझै बाँकी
with
छ त्यो म्याचहरू
the
पनि
kind of
अब तपाईँले
performance
लाइभ हेर्नलाई चाहिँ
the
यहीँबाट
team has
हेर्न
showcased
सक्नुहुनेछ
both individually and as a collective unit.
सो 3 मिनट चाहिँ पुनः
Scored
भइसकेको
goals
छ अब नेपालले
left, right and center in the IWL.
इन्जुरी टाइमहरू
Sumit
चाहिँ 5
Rathandari
चाहिँ थप्छ होला नेपालले
has
अहिले
finished
एकदमै
top
राम्रो
scorer
अवस्थामा रहेको छ
on all
नेपालले
the
चाहिँ 2
three
गोल
occasions
लगाइसकेको छ
she's played. Has been the champions on those 3 times. Raked up 62 in 24 games. Has made a move to Wellington Phoenix on a 2-year contract. Martina. Time is running out for India. We'll have to try and dominate the possession for the next 20 minutes. And try and get something out of the box here. And keep themselves on the ball and get the likes of Tangmei Grace, Pyari and Linda. Stratanbala. Ranjana and chips one in the air. Here's Sangeeta, and again they maintain a pretty tight line. There's Rathanbala again towards Ranjana Chanu. And again being forced to go sideways. And the Blue Tigresses. And waiting for their moments to try and break out on the counter are Nepal. The tempo has definitely slowed down a bit. But throw in. For those of you who have joined in late, this is India versus Nepal, the last fixture. Before I get to that, it's like a card coming out. And get that confirmation of the booking in a bit. So a goal early on in the first half, a goal in the second. Both coming in from Sabitra Bhandari, and that's what separates these two teams at the moment. India has been able to strike the target once. Made the goalkeeper work for that. And other than that effort, nothing substantial has come in the attacking front from the girls in blue. The next goal definitely is going to decide where this game is heading. There have been a few starts and stops in the last couple of minutes. And still in Nepal ball. And yet to make a change. Nabeen Yopani. Nirmala. For Sangeeta, outnumbered in the center of the park. Here's Preeti, finds Sabita again. Rekha making that run. And flicks Ranjana Chanu on his way through and goes behind for another corner. Deepa Shahi. What a comeback this has been for the number 23.
यहाँबाट कर्नरमा चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ एउटा गोल गर्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ फेरि नेपालको 3 गोल हुन्थ्यो
Targets the near post.
तर थोरै पर्थ्यो
Well, that wasn't a million miles away.
आज चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ हराउने सम्भावना चाहिँ एकदमै बढिसकेको छ अब चाहिँ नेपालले चाहिँ जम्मा 15 मिनेट मात्र बाँकी
That
रहेको
was
छ
guided goalwards and
15 मिनेटमा चाहिँ इन्डियाले चाहिँ 2 गोल फर्काउनु
just the
पर्ने हुन्छ
direction that
नेपालले
let it
चाहिँ 2
down.
गोल लगाइसकेको छ साथीहरु अब चाहिँ
Karishma dropping in deep to try and create something for herself. Nirmala again with a long ball. And that has been a favorite route of operation so far, especially considering the second half. And Preeti. That's a brilliant ball. Rekha Paurel does well to get to the end of it. Has got help inside the box. Sabitra Bhandari calling for it. And out comes Panthoi Chanu.
हो भने इन्डियालाई चाहिँ
Breaking at will at the moment are Nepal. There's Sabita again. It's been
सविताले ब्याकसाइडबाट ल्याएको यहाँ मौका रहेको थियो नेपालको
There's Rekha.
मौका छ
Space in front. Rekha curls that one. Had a little bit of time on that one. Could have taken a fraction of a second before she unleashed herself. A couple of changes for the girls in red. Deepa Shahi.
नेपालले चाहिँ 2 गोल लगाइसकेको छ साथीहरु यही खुशियालीमा सबैजना साथीहरुले त्यो पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला नेपालले एकदमै राम्रो अवस्थामा रहेको छ नेपालले आज इन्डियालाई चाहिँ उसकै होम ग्राउन्डमा चाहिँ उसकै मैदानमा गएर चाहिँ उसैले नै हराउँदै हुनुहुन्छ सबैजना साथीहरुले चाहिँ पेजलाई चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला यहाँ चाहिँ
And Meena Debua comes in.
Second substitution for Nepal, jersey number 23, Deepa Shahi, being replaced by jersey number 10, Rashmi Kumari.
अब जम्मा 12 मिनेट मात्र रहेको छ
By
नेपालले
Rashmi
चाहिँ
Kumari
के कस्तो लास्ट
and
ओभरमा चाहिँ
Meena,
नेपालले चाहिँ अब
the two players in. It's been quite a shift for Deepa Shahi.
अब 10 मिनेट मात्र रहेको छ
Zowden cheered for a
12 मिनेट
Hira and Deepa both
फेरि
getting
यहाँबाट
injured in
नेपालले
that
चाहिँ एउटा
same
गोल
game
गर्न
against
सक्ला
Bhutan
साथीहरु,
last
के
year.
लाग्यो तपाईलाई चाहिँ
Both finding themselves spot. Brings it back to safety. Nepal really enjoying it at the moment. 10-11 minutes to play in the regulation time. Here's Preeti. Spreads it towards her left.
यहाँबाट नेपालले चाहिँ एक गोल गर्न सक्यो यहाँनिर त फल दिनु पर्ने हो खासमा चाहिँ यहाँबाट नेपालले अब कतिवटा गोल गर्न सक्ला नेपालले अहिले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ एकदमै दबावमा रहेको छ एकदमै अब नेपालले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो अवस्थामा रहेको छ यहाँबाट फेरि नेपालले एउटा गोल गर्न सक्यो भने चाहिँ इन्डिया चाहिँ एकदमै प्याक हुनेछ फेरि नेपालको चाहिँ 100% जित जस्तै हुनेछ अब चाहिँ यहाँबाट फेरि इन्डिया प्याक हुन चाहिँ कमब्याक गर्न चाहिँ लास्टै नै गाह्रो छ अब नेपाललाई सँग चाहिँ नेपाली चेलीहरूले चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो गरेका छन् अहिले चाहिँ कति गोलले नेपाल जित्ला भन्ने अब चाहिँ नेपालले कति गोलले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई चाहिँ जित्ला हजुरहरूले चाहिँ कमेन्ट चाहिँ गर्नु होला है कति गोलले चाहिँ नेपालले इन्डियालाई चाहिँ हराउन सक्ला त उसकै ग्राउन्डमा गएर फेरि उस इन्डियामै गएर इन्डियालाई नै हराउला छ यो दुईटै गोल चाहिँ सविता भण्डारीले चाहिँ हानेको हो एउटा गोल चाहिँ फर्स्ट हाफमा चाहिँ एउटा गोल हान्यो भने सेकेन्ड हाफमा चाहिँ दुईटै गोल अर्को गोल हानेको थियो नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियाले चाहिँ दुईटै गोल चाहिँ हानेको थियो त्यो दुईटै गोल चाहिँ सविता भण्डारी सम्बालले चाहिँ हानेको थियो हाम्रा सुपरस्टार खेलाडी सम्बा भण्डारीले इन्डियन प्लेयर आर इन अन्डर प्रेसर भन्नुहुन्छ हजुर एकदमै अहिले चाहिँ इन्डियन प्लेयर चाहिँ एकदमै प्रेसरमा छन् अहिले चाहिँ यहाँबाट चाहिँ एकदमै एक गोल फर्काएको छ इन्डियाले एक गोल फर्काएको छ अब भने नेपाललाई चाहिँ एकदमै गाह्रो परेको छ एक गोल चाहिँ इन्डियाले चाहिँ फर्काइसकेको छ
Needless free kick conceded. Nirmala with a long ball forward. Is that a sign of a comeback here? A bit of a respite. Still a long, long way away. With just 9 minutes. Spiari definitely sense a bit of a spring in the stride of the Blue Tigresses here. Ranjana, a long ball push forward again. This is going to be a very exciting finish to the contest. Play on, says the ref. Sangeeta. Spread wide towards the left here. Sabitra Bhandrari has got help arriving and existing inside the box. Pyari takes it, lets it drop and lets it fly. Flicked on by Karishma. Linda is giving it a chase. And Jana to the rescue, just knocks it out of the play area. It's going to be India ball now. The game has come back to life. After that goal went in from Karishma Purushottam. Linda hustling for it. Karishma takes it down. Pooja gives the ball away. Here's Karishma again with some sort of a space in front. Gets the cross in. Pooja is there to retrieve it. Preeti Rai looks up and gets herself a free kick for that challenge drawn in from Sangeeta Basfor. A couple of changes. Nirmala goes out. Well, that is her contribution. Bounced right in front. Linda engaging with Bimla. And then the rest was done by Karishma. Alisha Bibina Devi is going to come on. Kiran Pizda is out there. And Julan. And one of the three players to get added on to the squad. And from the under-17 triumph earlier this month. And Julan Nongmathyam. And what a time to be thrown into the middle. And chasing the game, trailing by a goal. Desperate effort to win the ball back, and they do eventually. Here's Julan. Good couple of first touches for Julan. And again over that back line, Panthoi Chanu. Hoist that one in the air again. Preeti. Here's Meena. Was allowed to march forward. Meena, Sabitra knocks it back towards Renuka. Taken away by India. Here's Pyari Khakha. And I guess nicked off the ball again. Julan. Player is down in a red shirt there, but India continue the move. And that has allowed time for Pooja to just knock it out. Let Renuka, I believe it's Renuka who's down on the turf. 3 minutes is what we are left with. 3 minutes for India to respond. And it's been a good game played with a lot of intensity. And it was the brilliance. It's been the brilliance of Sabitra Bhandari. back on her feet and gingerly making her way out of the play field. Let's put in a proper shift. Renuka Nagarkote. It's Preeti. Karishma couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Here's Linda Com. Desperate effort, twisting, turning, rambling. It looks like the last touch came off Ranjana Chanu's feet. Last 90 seconds. Plus the stoppages. Thrusted forward is Ratan Bala. Knocks it towards the side and lets it fly. And Pyari Khaha couldn't quite manage to get to the end of it. How many minutes will be added on the injury time? Ratan Bala and had the option to go left. Was marching all by herself. Card comes out for Bimla. That's going to be a free kick for India. Do they have one clean strike in them? One good setup. Try and get this game back to parity. 6 minutes have been added on. And it's going to be long 6 minutes if you are Nepal. Here goes Ratan Bala. Strikes, takes a deflection. Goalkeeper, with all her alertness, grabs hold of it. And the crowd has been involved right throughout this fixture. There's been a lot of talks, a lot of hype about the rivalry. And surely the game has lived up to its expectations. Here's Sabitra Bhandari looking for a hat-trick. Preeti Rai. Again, beautiful control. Sabita fetches that down the left. Just one inside. Sabitra couldn't quite catch that one clean. Kansa Chaisni has had a good game. She had a few decisions to make. And she's been right on money. Miss Preeti has been a live wire in the middle of the pitch, especially with her distributions, the ball control. And has always picked out the right pass more often than not. Gets a flick on here. That is too close to Samiksha. Shilki. Ranjana down the line for Julan. Didn't give the possession away. It's all about the game management for Nepal. 3 minutes to go. just try to run the clock down here, Nepal. Sabita lifting one in. The presence of a few red shirts. Allows for a bit of a breather there. I'm not quite sure who's the player going down. And from the free kick, India managed to keep it on target. Crispin Chetri is considered this as a stepping stone towards the preparation for next year. Looks like it's Pooja Rana. It's been carried out on a stretcher. And it'll be one happy man, Nabeen Neopani. This 1 month into the job, and he has produced a result he'll be absolutely proud of. Still a couple of minutes to go. Goes airborne. Slinda. And Karishma giving it a chase. Pimla following it up. An India ball as we enter the last minute of the added on time. And the flag was up against Karishma. That done, Pooja Rana is back on the pitch. I think she's still feeling for that right leg of hers.
अब त नेपालले चाहिँ जितिसकेको छ साथीहरू। अब त 10 सेकेन्ड मात्र बाँकी रहेको छ। अब नेपालले जितिसकेको छ। सबैजनाले अब चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला पेजलाई चाहिँ। नेपालले आज इन्डियामा चाहिँ 2-1 ले जित गरेको लागिसकेको छ। यहाँबाट चाहिँ नेपाल
Jari with a flick. There's a red shirt behind it.
यो नै लास्ट हो। अब चाहिँ यहाँबाट चाहिँ
Pushes it forward for Preeti Rai to chase that down. Julan for Ratan Bala. Linda. And Savita is there. Manmaya for Sabita again. The dying embers of this friendly encounter between India and Nepal. Preeti Rai has got an option waiting towards the far right. Meena. Julan gets the ball and gets rob of it. Lets it bounce Savitra Bhandari. India. Desperate effort to try and get towards the other side of the pitch. Gonna have a look at her watch.
टाइम हेर्दै
Pansa chasing it. It could be the last action of the evening. Launches that one in the air. Grabs hold of it. And quick to send the other side. Julan brings her body in front. Here's Ratan Bala. Just knocks it forward again. They have been absolutely brilliant.
नेपालले जितेको छ।
And that's the end of The 90 minutes plus the stoppages says Bansa Chaisne.
नेपालले जितेको छ साथीहरू नेपालले चाहिँ 2-1 ले जितेको छ नेपालले चाहिँ धेरै धेरै बधाई छ इन्डियामै गएर नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई नै हराएको छ
India going down
नेपाली
once
खेलाडीहरूले
again.
चाहिँ इन्डियालाई नै हराइसकेको छ नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियामै गएर नेपालले जितेको छ सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ अब चाहिँ
Rivalry dominated
एकचोटि चाहिँ
really long. But in the last few
पेजलाई चाहिँ
years,
फलो गरिदिनु होला है
it's
साथीहरू
been
आज
Nepal
नेपालले चाहिँ
who
जितेको
have
तेस्रो
enjoyed the
भन्नाले
bragging
गरेको थियो
rights.
भने इन्डियाभित्रबाट पनि एउटा गोल
They had their noses in
फर्काएको थियो र
front in the
नेपालले
first
आज
half
इन्डियालाई
with
चाहिँ एकदमै दबावमा
an
राखेको
excellent
थियो
strike from Sabitra Bhandari inside 2 minutes. India did have a shot on
र
target.
एकदमै
That was a
बधाई छ
brilliant
नेपाललाई
save.
चाहिँ आज सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ
Jana
खुसियालीमा
Rana.
चाहिँ सबैजना साथीहरूले
Nothing
कृपया हाम्रो
substantial
पेजलाई
other
चाहिँ
than
फलो
that.
गरिदिनु होला है साथीहरू
In the
हामी
second
चाहिँ
half,
लाइभहरू चाहिँ मैले
Sabitra
लिइराख्ने छ
Bhandari
तपाईँहरूले
again
चाहिँ
from
फलो गरेर
set
चाहिँ साथ
piece,
दिनु होला
curling one inside. The brilliant finish.
आज
Karishma did bring a lifeline.
नेपालले चाहिँ इन्डियालाई
Bring a lot of
हराएको छ
hopes to India
ऐतिहासिक
with a late
खेल आजको
strike.
नेपालको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै
But on
महत्त्वपूर्ण
the
खेल
day, that wasn't enough.
इतिहास
India
रचेको थियो
go
नेपाली
down
खेलाडीहरूले आज
and
चाहिँ
go
इन्डियालाई हराएर
winless
इन्डियाकै
in this
मैदानमा गएर
Croatian
इन्डियालाई नै हराएर
tournament.
चाहिँ इतिहास रचेको छ सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ पेजले चाहिँ फलो गरिदिनु होला आज नेपालले चाहिँ इतिहास रचेको छ साथीहरू इन्डियाकै मैदानमा इन्डियालाई नै हराएर चाहिँ नेपाली खेलाडीहरूले चाहिँ एकदमै आज चाहिँ इतिहास रचेको छ सबैजना साथीहरूले चाहिँ उहाँहरूको सम्मानको लागि चाहिँ भिडियोलाई चाहिँ लाइक पनि गरिदिनु होला र यो लाइभलाई चाहिँ हाम्रो यस पेजलाई चाहिँ